I grew up in the church, born and raised. And for me, that was a beautiful thing. I love the church. I mean, I've dedicated my life to it. I have lots of reasons to love it. But I love the church from early on. The church was always a place of warmth and welcome and love. It was a place of learning and exploration. It was a place of worship and holy listening. Now, that wasn't me, that was my parents, and that was my church community. And as I think about the church of my childhood, I can close my eyes and see the sanctuary, the red carpet, the beautiful woodwork, this gorgeous stained glass window at the front, the tall ceilings, the light fixtures. It is the place I knew. And it's where we went every week as a family. And I know and remember the saints for different reasons, and probably reasons that you wouldn't quite expect. There was this woman named Trudy Howard who I have nothing but affection for. And Trudy was about 5 foot tall. And as a child, I grew up measuring myself against Trudy, waiting for the day when I would be taller than her. And I think it was probably close to every single Sunday that I would give her a hug and stand back to back with her to see if I was taller than her yet. Now I'm 5'8". I think I passed Trudy around 3rd grade, but she was wonderfully gracious about it and loving and kind to me, and she put up with it. And to me, that was love. That was church. And there was this couple, Duke and Opal Cleland, and Opal was about 4'10". She was even shorter than Trudy and had this bright red hair. And Duke was this older man, a sweet war veteran, and he on occasion would bring me true silver dollars and true silver 50-cent pieces for whatever reason, right? He just would bless me with those. I don't remember them ever coming to our house or us going to them, but I remember them sitting in the 2nd and 3rd pew on the right-hand side, and I remember Duke pulling out those coins from his pocket and giving me that gift. Somewhere in our house, I have this ceramic box that still has a number of those coins in it. I remember Minta Oslands, who had this face that would light up when she saw you, this sweet voice and bright smile, and she was always delighted to see me. And I remember Pat Gardner, who was our Sunday school teacher, generally in junior high and high school, and she was faithful to us as students. We might just be 2 or 3 kids, but she was there every Sunday. And often they couldn't find another teacher. And she never just said, you know what, I don't want to do it this year. If they couldn't find somebody for us, she was there for us. I remember Jane Tyndall teaching us how to ring the handbells, and I remember just faces and people and names. I could go on and on and on, because these people were my church family. In many ways, these people are my church family. My home church is still my father's church, and so when I go back to Bishop, I'll go to church. Often I'm invited to preach there, and when I see the folks of my childhood, they stop and they greet me and they smile at me and they ask me about my life and my ministry and my kids and my family. For me, these are special and sacred times and people, and yet they are very ordinary and mundane moments. There's not much extravagant in offering a hug or a smile, in taking time to listen to a child's story, to see what they're doing and their next steps, how they're succeeding, what sports they're playing, what they're doing in life, who their friends are, and how it's going. And yet those simple, ordinary, mundane things become the tapestry of our story. We're often called to be the church, and that seems sometimes like a ridiculously hard task. To be the church in a broken world, to be the church when war is breaking out, to be the church when sex abuse is happening, to be the church when there are thousands who are homeless, many, many more who don't have enough food to eat or enough money to pay the bills. when climate change and pollution in our oceans is a pervasive story day in and day out. Being the church is complex and hard, and we know we're called to do it, and sometimes we just don't know how or where. And being the church is often in greeting one another. It's about that habit and routine of coming to church and saying hello or making a call or sending a card. I remember the saints who sent me a birthday card every single year. We weren't super close, but that was her ministry, sending birthday cards to the members of the church, and it was a gift. Friends, I would invite us to see even the simple, ordinary things as potentially life-changing and definitely life-giving. We get to be in the sanctuary, and there's all kinds of frustration about COVID and restrictions, and I know that, but you know what? We get to come here and we get to be the church. We get to greet one another. We get to offer handshakes or hugs or elbows or fist bumps or greetings from afar as we still navigate these pandemic waters. We get to see these kids, hear their stories, learn their names. We get to see the saints who have been the saints, right? Who have been the church and the fabric and the core and the foundation of this particular church for 50 years, 60 years, some of you even more than that. Some of our faith moments are big and tall and high, and some of them are very ordinary, almost even forgettable, except for the ways that they convey consistent love, care, and compassion over and over again. I'm grateful for the church of my childhood, and this church, for the ways we experience and share love with one another. I'm grateful for you, friends. Take care and be blessed.